part 2 of the video you hopefully just watched. We're going to go over the common cards that were spoiled on September 5th for the rest of the Spider-Man set.
So check it out.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am Josh, aka Finley Kilgore, still kicking this illness, but we're kicking those Spider-Man spoilers. We are taking a look at the rest of the common cards that were spoiled on September 5th. So let's get right into it because I don't feel like wasting any time, neither do you. While we're taking a look at these common spoilers, let's also point out there's a number of reprints on the bonus sheet. Terminate, Tangle as well, which is an awesome reprint. Feed the Swarm, which does feature artwork with Swarm on it. One of
the coolest
counterspell pieces of artwork ever. Just look at Doc Ock slapping the hell out of Spidey there. Unexpected Windfall, Thrill of Possibility, showcasing the overall of the Spider-Verse. And last but not least, oh my god, a Ponder reprint.
Yes,
these are fantastic reprints. Before we go and get into those September 5th spoilers, I do want to point out a couple of people made mention of the fact that I missed a couple of the common spoilers prior to this, so I do want to talk about a couple of those. We've got the Doc Ock Sinister Scientist 5-mana 4/5 human scientist villain in mono blue. As long as there are 8 or more cards in your graveyard, Doc Ock has base power and toughness 8/8, and as long as you control another villain, he has hexproof. Seems like a really cool guy, and it doesn't seem too hard to at least make him an 8/8. 5-mana 8/8s are very nice. Being able to give him hexproof might be a little bit more difficult, particularly given that there's not a lot of villains, but if you're playing this guy in some type of a Demir shell, Merciless Enforcer seems like the best villain to get onto the board in order to make this guy an 8/8. If you're not utilizing that, there are a couple of other cards. You can use a Changeling as well to be able to get that villain requirement, so it doesn't seem like the worst, but in all honesty, an 8/8 is already hard enough for most people to deal with, so I'd put him into a mono blue deck. I'd put him into a Demir deck. I honestly would put him into a Simic deck. It doesn't really matter, just he's an 8/8. That's pretty fantastic. Fantastic, what am I talking about? I did miss Romantic Rendezvous. This is a 2-mana mono red sorcery that says discard a card, then draw 2 cards. If the discard was part of the additional cost, it wouldn't be nearly as good. Given the fact that the discard is on the actual card, it means that you can draw additional cards on this. Another spoiler that I ended up missing before was Spectacular Tactics, and we definitely have to talk about this guy. 2-mana instant and mono white. You can choose one. Either put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control and it gains hexproof until end of turn, or destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. This is Smite the Monstrous for 2 mana at instant speed. This is power creep, actual power creep. Destroy Evil already exists, and that hits for toughness 4 or greater, and usually is a better removal spell. We are seeing more and more where creatures are getting power 4 or greater, and being able to get rid of those for 2 mana in mono white, dude. Oh. Chef's kiss, beautiful design. All right, so now we get into the September 5th spoilers. First up, we've got Spider-Man No More. It's a 2-mana enchantment aura. You can enchant creature. Enchant a creature as a citizen with base power and toughness 1/1. It has defender and loses all other abilities. So we've seen this type of effect multiple times across many different cards, but in all honesty, most of those that we want to play only cost 1 mana, and there's a number of these in blue. Unable to Scream and Witness Protection are just better versions of this, but if you're looking to put more of these in, you can use this, I guess, but for 1 extra mana, you could play Imprison in the Moon and turn them into a land, so I think that's probably a better option. This might be skippable. Up next, we have Steel Wrecking Ball. It's a 5-mana artifact. Whenever this artifact enters, it deals 5 damage to target creature. Then you can pay 2, discard this card to destroy target artifact. Whoa! So we get an uncounterable way to destroy artifacts? That sounds spectacular. You want me to pay 2, discard this, so that way I can get rid of the rune stalactite that's causing Malcolm to wreak havoc on everybody? Yeah, I'm totally fine with doing that. Outside of that, it's a 5-mana to hit something for 5. That's not terrible. A lot of people have started playing Pinnacle Kill Ship, which is 7 to hit something for 10. I like this card, but in all honesty, it's mainly because of that second clause. Uncounterable destroy
Artifacts.
I'm so ready to kill so many rune stalactites with this thing. Hey you, yeah, you. I happen to hear that you're not subscribed to the channel and you haven't been hitting like on the videos. Hit the subscribe button. And while you're at it, leave some comments down below. I like hearing from you. You can also go follow my Instagram page, @FinleyKilgore, my Whatnot page. Username is finleekilgore. I like selling cardboard. If you enjoy buying cardboard, you can go down to the description below and get $15 in free credit that you can use on my store. Just remember that it's for first-time users only, and shipping and handling charges may apply. Next up, we've got Skyward Spider. This is a 2-mana 2/2 Spider Human Hero with Ward 2 and Azorius hybrid colors, and this creature has flying as long as it's modified. In all honesty, this is kind of sick. You could fill this into a Voltron strategy like we talked about in the Pauper Commander video with Wraith or Sun Spider, and it is going to be a very good Voltron creature to utilize, namely because it has that Ward 2. Outside of Voltron strategies, we could also put this into something like Spider piloted by Penny. There's a multitude of different strategies you can fit this into. Love it. Fantastic, well-designed card. Up next, we have Pumpkin Bombardment. It is a 1-mana sorcery in Rakdos hybrid colors. As an additional cost, you can discard a card or pay 2, and it deals 3 damage to target creature. Lightning Axe already exists, and this is a worse version of that. I mean, if you really need to supplement in some form of additional creature damage, you could put this in, but I could think of, like, I don't know, a million different cards that are better than this. Fiery Temper is better than this, so super weak. Not great. Up next, we have Vibrant Cityscape, one of the new lands out of the set. You can tap it, sacrifice this land, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle.
We did it, guys.
We now have a 3rd Terramorphic Expanse. I would also like to point out we did get the rest of the land cycle for the Surveils, so we do have a Dimir version, an Azorius version, a Celestia version, and a Gruul version. I think they're good lands to have. I think it's a cool inclusion of lands. Up next, we've got Gallant Citizen. This is a 2-mana 1/1 human citizen. Celestia hybrid colors. Whenever this creature enters, draw a card. It's another Spirited Companion. We like Spirited Companion. This one is a bit more restrictive, but if you're in Celestia and you care about things like this, go ahead and include it. It's a good card. Next up is why, oh why God does Abdel keep getting more power in this set? Hot Dog Cart.
Hot dog cart. Hot dog cart.
It's a 3-mana artifact. Whenever it enters, make a food token, and you can tap to add 1 color of any mana. So in the Abdel Black and Abdel Blue decks, you're already playing somewhere between like 8 to 12 mana rocks because of the fact that you can tap all that mana down, blink Abdel, bring him back out, and whenever all of those artifacts come back in, you can tap them back down for additional mana. Add into that this creates a food token every time it enters the battlefield again, dumping all the mana that you untapped into getting rid of those food tokens with something like Agent of the Iron Throne on the board equals out to damage to your opponents. So yeah, that means that we already got City Pigeon, Selfless Police Captains, and this in the same set that are all power spiking Abdel. Don't be surprised if you see the CPDH players really focusing on Abdel Black moving forward, because that is going to be a very strong deck. Coming up next, we have News Helicopter. It's a 3-mana 1/1 artifact creature construct with flying, and when it enters, you can make a 1/1 green and white human citizen creature token. So it's not great. Moving on from that, we've got Subway Train. This is a 2-mana 3/1 vehicle. Whenever it enters, you may pay 1 green. If you do, search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle and crew for 2. Technically, this is 3 mana, and it has to be played in something with green to get a basic land, put it into your hand. Now, at least it goes into your hand, but 3 mana typically we reserve for something like Cultivate. It is only a 3/1. Yeah, I think this is a pass. But then we move on to Passenger Ferry, 3 mana 4/3 artifact vehicle. Whenever this vehicle attacks, you may pay 1 blue. If you do, another target attacking creature can't be blocked this turn with crew 2. Now that right there is a much better vehicle. It does have to fit into something with blue. You could put this easily into some type of an Izzet strategy or some type of even Simic strategy. I like this card. I think this is very good. I hate that it's limited to blue, but I also understand why. So yeah, this is a worthwhile card. Pretty decent. Moving on, we have Bagel and Schmear. It's a 1-mana artifact food. You can pay 1 white, tap, sacrifice this artifact to put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target creature and draw a card, activate only as a sorcery. Or you can pay 2, tap, sacrifice this artifact, and you gain 3 life and draw a card. So either way, you're going to draw a card off of this, gain a little bit of life, back from all the pinging that's happening to you, put a 1/1 counter on a creature. I think this fits well into decks like Kutzel, Spider piloted by Penny, maybe even like a Hamza deck. Overall, I like it. As a former Cheerios player, very sad, but I understand, and in all honesty, if this was a 0-mana artifact, it'd be kind of busted. Up next, we have Common Crook. It's a 2-mana 2/2 human rogue villain. Whenever the creature dies, create a treasure token. We have plenty of these that happen in aristocrat strategies, Greedy Freebooter being the first one that comes to mind. Inside of any form of aristocrat strategy, I think this fits very well. You could also argue that this could go into some type of Dimir rogue strategy, given the type of wording. So yeah, I like this quite a bit. I think it's a good include in your decks. Now it's time to talk about what I think might be the most cracked card that we've seen out of all the Spider-Man spoilers in the common rarity so far. Spider Manifestation is a 2-mana 2/2 spider avatar with reach in Gruul hybrid colors that you can tap to add 1 red or green, and whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, untap this creature. So I've been critical of the cast spells with mana value 4 or greater up to this point, but when we're talking about this creature, that is stellar. Right now, if I remember correctly, I believe the only creature we have access to in Pauper that taps for just straight Gruul colors is Zertod Druid, and it's a very good card whenever it becomes tapped. This has the ability to untap, however. I want you to really think about this. Let's say that you use this guy, tap him down, and then use 3 more mana in order to cast a Sky Shroud claim. You're going to get 2 more lands that are coming into the battlefield. Then this guy untaps, maybe a Cultivate, put another land out onto the battlefield. This guy does not untap, but you haven't played a land for turn, so you can play the next land for turn and still keep a lightning bolt open. That is a lot of play off of one creature, so this guy is kind of a superstar. Adding reach to him just super cracks him. This art should have been in Duskmourn. This is super disturbing. I love everything about it, and it's going to look amazing in foil. I'm telling you right now, when I have to do my top 10 common cards out of this set, it's going to be really hard for this to not be the number 1 card. But after that horrific looking thing, we've got Mob Lookout. This is a 2-mana 0/3 human rogue villain in Dimir hybrid colors. Whenever it enters, target creature you control connives. In all honesty, I just don't know that I would really consider playing a 0/3. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Up next, we've got Inner Demons Gangsters. This is a 4-mana 3/4 human rogue villain. You can discard a card, and this creature gets +1/+0 and gains menace until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery.
Oh my god, that's sweet.
This guy gets +1/+0 and gains menace off of every one of those cards you discard, so that's pretty spectacular. In a Green Goblin Revenant deck, this card in there, discard 3 cards. This dude would get, what, +3/+0 as a 6/4. What a spectacular design, guys. Now let's just figure out how we can break it. We did get another look at a common legendary, Swarm, Being of Bees. He's a 3-mana 2/2 insect villain with flash and flying and mayhem 1. One thing that should be pointed out about all of these common legendaries, they do not die to cast down. This is a genuinely competitive card as long as you can get him discarded from your hand during the turn, and then you can flash him out for 1 mana. Great card design all around, and yeah, the fact that he avoids cast down, I think, is really the biggest reason why this card is as stellar as he is. On the other side of things for black, we have Venomized Cat. This is a 3-mana 2/3 symbiote cat villain with Death Touch, and when he enters, mill 2 cards. We have multiple creatures that are able to mill cards inside of black that are vastly cheaper than this. This feels like something that you could play if you're desperate to get more mill in black. 9 times out of 10, you could play something like a Mire Triton, Gorging Vulture, and you could get more cards milled than this is going to do for you. Death Touch is good keywording. At 2, it's not that bad. I don't know. This seems like a mid card at best. Next up in blue, we've got an amazing Acrobats. This is a 3-mana instant. You can choose one or both. Counter target spell or tap 1 or 2 target creatures. In Pauper Commander 3-mana counter spells are not typically something we're looking to use. We will even go so far as to use Mana Leak before we use 3-mana counter spells. This is a different beast altogether. Not only is it a cancel, but it's a cancel where you can tap down some creatures to get in for damage. I don't totally hate this card. I could see this showing up in decks as we move forward. It is definitely a level of power creep that I wasn't expecting. It really just comes down to, are we willing to pay 3 mana for a counter spell? And in this instance, I feel like I might actually be willing to do that. Also in blue, we've got Mysterio's Phantasm, 2-mana 1/3 illusion villain with flying and vigilance in mono blue. And when this creature attacks, mill a card. If we were milling more than one card, I think that would be cool, but the fact that it does have vigilance does give viability. Also, it's a 1/3 with flying, so it does block out Malcolm pretty decently. I don't hate this guy. I just kind of wish we were getting more than one card off of the mill. Next up, we've also got Professional Wrestler. This is a 4-mana 4/4 human warrior performer in mono green. When he enters, create a treasure token, and this creature can't be blocked by more than one creature. Yeah, pseudo Troll of Khazad-dûm sounds really good. In mono green, very easy to ramp up to ETB. You get a treasure token, so that's valuable. 4/4 is great power and toughness on this. I like everything about this guy. He's definitely
Cracked and pushed.
And that's it, guys. That's the entirety of the Spider-Man set. Remember, the actual release date for this is September 26th, but a week before, you can go to your local game store and celebrate the release in a pre-release event. I would highly recommend going to a pre-release event. The biggest thing that I want to know is, what cards are you looking forward to the most? What cards are you wanting to get so you can include them in particular decks? Leave a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe and like on the videos. You can go check out my socials in the description below as well to get that $15 free credit on my Whatnot page if you are a first-time user, with my affiliate link in the description. Thank you guys so much. It's been a great pleasure to bring these Spider-Man spoilers to you. I'm really looking forward to the set. Once the set does officially release, I will be releasing a slew of videos showcasing Pauper Commander deck techs for a lot of the commanders that are in this set. Until next time, I am Josh, aka finleekilgore, and I will see you guys in the next video. Seriously, why does Abdo Black get so much power in this set? Pigeons and hot dog carts. I'm going to have to get hot dog food tokens now. They're not going to be available in Surge Foil, are they? That's going to be the worst part. I want Surge Foil hot dog food tokens.